These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Jordan Bonke with your top stories from the ABC15 Arizona newsroom. This morning, our investigative team, they're following up on a story that could impact over 100,000 Arizonans with federal food assistance, and new work requirements for SNAP benefits are now in effect. Able-bodied adults without dependents must prove that they are working in a training program or volunteering 80 hours a month to qualify. So Tempe's community action agencies, they've already seen more than a 31% increase in demand. That's compared to last year.
You know, the president decided to politicize these benefits and really hold them hostage. We were faced with, what do? We can't afford to pay this benefit in lieu of the federal government.
And with the department already under scrutiny because of staffing cuts and delays in processing SNAP applications, the governor says that they'll also have to make sure that they're processing benefits correctly, or the department will be penalized by the feds. And a big sigh of relief for the Biltmore area, as ABC15 has been listening to neighbors after a controversial construction project was stopped. So we've been looking into for months now after a law firm over at 24th Street in Missouri was permitted to build a new roof. But documents show that the firm's owner looked to add a second story, calling it a mezzanine. The building had stipulations put in place in the 80s that would have prevented that kind of building. Neighbors feared that if this construction continued, it would have set a standard of asking for forgiveness from the city rather than permission.
He knew about the stipulations in his property. He signed off on them. And to just kind of blow that off and do what he wants. And it took 300 plus of us neighbors to make the city do the right thing.
So we reached out to the firm multiple times on this one. We never heard back. Phoenix Planning did tell us, however, that they're prepared to work with the property for outstanding notices and permits. The Operation Safe Roads team following up on our extensive coverage on e-bikes. The city of Glendale, they're trying to take action to reduce the injuries and save lives with some new rules. So Friday, the city implemented a new ordinance requiring minimum ages and maximum speeds for e-bike riders to improve safety. So the new rules establish 3 classes of bikes with different age requirements. Riders must be at least 12 for pedal assist, 14 for throttle bikes that go up to 20 miles an hour, and 16 for bikes that top out at 28 miles an hour. Helmets are required for anyone under the age of 18, along with lights and reflectors for night riding. So the Phoenix Children's Hospital's emergency department, they say kids with e-bikes injuries, they often have severe trauma.
Lots of significant head trauma, lots of broken bones, probably more serious than what we see with traditional bike accidents.
Glendale police say enforcement starts with fines ranging from $50 for the first violation up to $500 for the third violation in 1 year. E-bike riders must also obey all traffic laws. In the community this morning, supporting those who serve and protect our communities, Cannon and Went Electric hosted its annual Supporting Our Heroes Park Day. This is over at the beautiful Mesa Riverview Park. Police and fire personnel from around the valley were on hand to connect with the community that they serve. The free event also raised money for the 100 Club of Arizona, which provides critical support for families of fallen, injured first responders.
We could never repay them for what they do every single day, but in a small way, it gives back to the community.
Bounce houses out there, face painting, K9 units, a big demonstration on that, a live DJ. Families also got to see emergency vehicles on display, including fire trucks, police cars, ambulances, and an air vac helicopter. Love to see it. Hey, the Utah Mammoth, they continue their homestand tonight. They're taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets at the Delta Center. You can catch coverage starting at 4:30 on the spot. That's Arizona 61. Puck drops at 5. Hey, a very good morning to you. Jordan Bonke with your most accurate forecast. 55 degrees in Phoenix, and that's the warmest it is as of right now. 28 in the Grand Canyon, 24 over the airport in Prescott, and snow is still on the ground over there along Route 66 in the wonderful community of Flagstaff. A good morning to them. Topping out at 69 today. Really nice day for the Phoenix community. We do have a wind weather advisory to make you aware of. Just a wind advisory, southeast part of the county. Wind gusts up to 45 miles an hour, up consistently around 20 to 30. 30. We did have some snow in the forecast recently, and that means Snow Bowl and Sunrise Park. They are still very much so active in the thick of there, but we have some teens to make you aware of. Teens and lows, the low lows, 14 in the Grand Canyon, 17 in Flagstaff as well. All right, this is the 7-day that you want to save. 69 degrees in Phoenix today before we get an above average warm up for both us and the high country. The lows in the high country, however, way low. Make sure you're staying kind to one another out there. And if you're out and about today, don't forget to hydrate. For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, you can head to abc15.com or download the always free ABC 15 mobile app. Thanks again for watching. Have a great Sunday, everybody. Look at that sunrise.